In this video, I'll demonstrate how you can add labels to identify different shot sizes in your selection of your video. So here's an example where I've decided that this is a really good shot in the scene that I've chosen, and I've added a label on the second video track to identify the shot. And in this case, it's a low angle, medium shot. So if you remember, the task sheet will also explain the way to identify your shots is to identify the angle and then the camera movement and then the shot size. So in this case, there's no camera movement, so it's just the angle and the shot size. However, in this next one here, there is some camera movement. So the level is the angle, it's a level angle, it's panning right and it's extreme long shot. So make sure that you identify your shots in the correct order. So I've created these labels in PowerPoint. So I'll show you how I do that. So I've got my PowerPoint here, and these are the labels that I've just created using a text box. So I'll go down here and I'll just show you how you can do that. So I just go Insert, Text Box, and just draw the shape that you want. And to make it visible, show put some color in there. So in this case, I've chosen for it to be purplish because that's kind of a bit of a theme in the movie, the color purple. And I'll just put a black outline around it as well, just to make it really stand out. So you can do the same sort of thing, but you can choose whichever colors that you want. So that's how you would set up your text box. Let's find an example of another shot. So here, let's say you wanted to identify this shot. So in this case, there's no camera movement, but we can see the angle is level with her eyes, and we can see the shot is from her waist upwards. So this is a medium shot. It's a level medium shot. So back on PowerPoint, what I'll do is type into this text box, level medium shot, and just make it large enough to read, and you can choose whatever font you like as well. So in this case, just to make it to make it match my previous ones, I can actually just double click here and go Format Painter and choose that text there, and it puts it in the same format as that one. So I've decided to use a font called Copperplate Gothic Light and size 40. All right, so I'll just make that a little bit smaller. So then what we can do is we can actually take this and turn that into a picture. So by clicking on the text box, I'm going to right click and I'm going to say save as picture. Save as picture. I'm going to make sure that that goes into the folder that we've created to put all of our resources in. So I'm going to go to my videos folder, go to video critique, and here you can see I've already saved some of the other labels. So this one is called a level medium shot. So that's what I'll call the file. Level medium shot. Save. Now I'm going to open up Shotcut. I'm going to go to playlist. Playlist is where we will import the resources. Now I'm going to go and find that shot that I just made, level medium shot, and I can just drag it from there down here into the playlist area. Level medium shot. I'm going to drag it from there into where the shot begins. So where does that shot begin? Let's find exactly where it begins. There. And remember, you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move the player head one frame forwards or backwards to get it exactly right. So I'm first of all just going to extend that label for as long as that shot lasts. So it looks like it's a fairly long shot, and it goes all the way to the beginning of the next shot. So I'm going to extend it all the way across here. Now it's moving the other shot over there because I've got something on called Ripple Edit. So I'm going to turn that off. And now when I move this, it's not going to move the other things that are further ahead on the timeline. I'll just make sure. So that's gone a little bit too far. I'm using the arrow keys to move the player head backwards. Gone far too far. Okay, and that's where I want that shot to end, and I can actually begin the next shot there. So we can see the shot is the label is right in the middle of the screen. We don't want it there, so I'm going to make sure I've clicked the label on the timeline. I'm going over here to filters. I'm going to press plus, and then I'm going to choose the size, position, and rotate filter. So it'll be here in your favorites column already. If it's not for some reason, you can click on video and you can search for it down here. You can also just type in the word size and it will pop up there. So I'm going to select, I want that filter. And now I'm able to move that wherever I want on the screen. So put it somewhere where it's not going to be in the way. So there's a little bit of space up here in the image. So I'm going to put it up there. And I might even just shrink it down a little bit so it's not taking up too much of the image. Okay, so that's the process of labeling your shots. Anytime you do make a addition or a change, make sure you do save your work, and that way you won't have to redo anything. So it'll be the same process for identifying the music. But what we might do for the music is to put the music identification labels on a third video track. So I'm going to go here to the menu, track operations, add video track. And you know what I can do here is I can actually name it. I'm going to name this music. And I'm going to go back and name video track 2 shots. So now I'm going to find a place where the music is conveying a particular mood or emotion, and I'm going to create a label to identify that. So let's go back to the start of the clip and let's see what the music's like. Okay, now I think that music is kind of wondrous. So I'm going to create a label for the music in my PowerPoint here. So I'm just going to click on that text box, Control C will copy it, Control V will paste it, but I'm going to create a different color to use for my music. So I'm going to fill this one up with, oh, I might choose green. What about that? Or yellow? No, I'll go green. And I'm going to name this one Wondrous. Okay. I might even just put the word music in there so it's very clear that that's what I'm identifying. So Wondrous music, and then I'm going to right click that, save as picture. Wondrous. Oops, my caps lock is still on. Wondrous music. Save. So now I should be able to go back here, open up my playlist. There's my Wondrous music picture that I've created. I'm going to drag it into that area there, and I'm going to put that on to the third video track, which I've labeled as music, and just identify that's what the music is. Okay, so once again, so I'll put it there at the start. And we want to change where that is on the screen. So I'm going to click on the clip, click on filters, plus I know that the size, position, rotate filter is in my favorites. And now I can put it wherever I like on the screen. Okay, and again, put it somewhere where it's not in the way. You can shrink it down a little bit if the picture is too big. Okay, and that's what you will do as well, is to identify examples of where the music is conveying a specific mood or emotion. Okay, and there will be a few different types of moods or emotions throughout the clip. Okay, keep saving your work, and that's what the goal is for this week, to identify your shots and your music. Okay, thank you very much.